Welcome to Big Beard and Friends, episode 263. Now, first and foremost, as I always say, every single episode, every week, just like I say this, because I think it's important. If you are going through something and you're not telling anybody about it, I hope you heal from that, because that can be very rough. A lot of us don't know what it's like to be in somebody else's shoes, okay? A lot of us don't know what it's like to walk a mile or experience in somebody else's shoes. We don't know what it's like to feel down in a certain kind of way. Some of us don't know what it's like just to feel icky. A lot of people walk around with the guise of a smile. I say that week after week after week. That's what they do. Problems here. But if that is something that you are dealing with, that you feel really down and you feel really crappy about a situation that you may be in or that's going on, I want you to know that you got people rooting for you. You got people who absolutely know that you're going to be all right and you're going to make it, and you need to believe in yourself more, because in this world nowadays, that's all we got. We got ourselves, we got each other. You have to build each other up, and you have to let each other know it's okay to not be okay. All right, with that being said, folks, I want to get right into this tonight on this Friday, April the 4th, 2025. I'm going to give you some food etiquette. Now, you may be telling yourself, food etiquette? I don't need to know anything from you, Big Beard. Hey, on this show, we talk about everything under the sun, including the sun. So this is everything. Remember, I've done this for 263 weeks, 266 on just being online. All right, listen, we're going to go ahead and talk tonight about why etiquette is important. And I'm reading some of this, and I've done research online, and you can also get it from the British School of Excellence.com. That's where I'm getting this. So we're going to share their information. Tell me what you think below, or just watch the video and understand why it's important and why we can establish a set of normal expectations when it comes to etiquette. Because believe it or not, there's people out there who don't know food etiquette. And if you don't think it's important, listen. This could prevent misunderstandings, conflicts, confusions, awkwardness at social gatherings and stuff. So maybe, just maybe tonight, just listen for the next 20, 25 minutes and see exactly what kind of etiquette I can provide for you. All right, number one on the list tonight from the British School of Excellence.com, you could start by using proper greetings. Yes, proper greetings is always important, folks, when it comes to meeting anybody and everybody. You always greet people with a smile and a hello. And if you're not sure what to say, a simple, how are you? How you been? What's going on? Just to find one word, you know. When you're meeting someone for the first time, what do? It's important to introduce yourself, make eye contact, shake hands. That's a proper greeting right there. Some people don't have that. It's awkward. Some people are awkward. For people, it's awkward. But number two on the list tonight, we're going to sit there and say that when it comes to etiquette, some of this, you say please, you say thank you, which is very, very important. Some people find that offensive if you don't. You know, in some cultures, if you don't burp after a meal, it's considered rude. So always say please and thank you, and if needed and have to do it provoked, I don't know if the word is, but you go ahead and burp too after your meal, whatever it may be. Listen, once again, these are just food etiquettes that I'm finding on the British School of Excellence.com. So you feel free to look it up, and they got some other stuff there. And they got from your mindset to your personal image, all the way up to weddings. I mean, you can find all kind of etiquette to do at, anything. But we'll move right along here. Number three, practicing good table manners. That is very important, I believe. You don't want to just sit down and you want to keep your elbows off the table. I know that. We were taught that in school. I don't know if any of you guys remember our grade school, if you were together. But we actually had, I remember in the lunchroom, being like fourth, fifth grade maybe, and they taught us to put one hand up, one hand under, and eat as you must. And you have your, we had a fork and a spoon. I don't even remember if we had knives, but they told us how to reach and where to reach. And, only thing I took from that is, even till this day, depending on what I'm devouring, one hand, excuse me, one hand will go under the table and I will eat. I do that without thinking about it. I don't know. I don't want to be the person that's rude. I feel like that I already look like they think that I'm going to eat the whole table anyway. I feel like they're going to be like, look at this guy. We brought him. He's going to stuff food in his beard. He's probably putting it under his belly. Whatever. That's not me, but that's how I feel. Let's move right along here tonight. Man, I hope you guys are doing good on this Friday evening. Let me know below what you're doing, or if you want me to talk about something as well. Number 4, be mindful of your language when you're at the table with someone. Avoid using foul language. And yes, that's cursing, that's cuss words, especially in public. A lot of people are offended, and you can fight over it if you want. You can argue over it if you want. But bottom line is, if we just all talk to each other without using swear words, or put them in when needed. I realize that I cuss, okay? But I realize that people are not offended if you say in a sentence the way it's going. You know what I mean? Like if you're talking and you're like, that mother blah 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 come down here and I blah 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 blah, and people are gonna be like, whoa, he's cussing this person. But if you're looking at him and go, that mother, and it don't have to be that word. That might have been a bad choice of word, but I'm saying it's really how you deliver it versus constantly cussing. But when it comes to the food etiquette, and this etiquette, it is mindful of your language. So it's in public and around children, but basically use respectful language at all times. And I got my moments. I got many moments in a day where I do not practice that. I am a foul-mouthed guy. I try to work on that. But, you could be mindful of your language. Number 5 tonight. I'm getting this from the British School of Excellence.com once again. But number 5 on the food etiquette is respect their personal space. Okay? You don't want to stand too close to people when they're eating. That's not something I think. You want your elbow room for one, but don't get up in their space. Always ask before touching someone. Like if you get near them, or be like, oh, I'm sorry. Acknowledge it at least, because I think that's awkward. I think that's one of those things that you should be aware of your surroundings once again and respect people's privacy. You don't want people all up in your business. I don't want to see you up here in my face when I'm eating. I just don't think. And more than anything, this next one could be debatable. People might, they may get mad, they might not get mad. I don't know how to, but dress appropriately, especially if you're going to go to a dinner or something formal or something, of a big event. Now, for me, I'm probably not going to be caught in nothing around those where I have to dress exactly to the T, and be nice. Unless it calls for it, that's just not what I'm going to do. I don't even like blue jeans, okay? I got one pair I wear every Sunday to church, and that's it. But you need to dress appropriately for the occasion and the location, as a matter of fact, but always take into account that the dress code and cultural norms, just take that in of where you're going, where you're going to be. But if you're unaware of that dress code, there's always better to be slightly overdressed than underdressed. Because if you're underdressed, you're going to look like me at all times, You're overdressed, you might actually have, too much on or too much of something. But whatever. Number 7 on this list is be a good listener. Now, I'm sitting there talking about wearing clean clothes and brushing your teeth and doing all that stuff, but be a good listener. Pay attention to what people are saying and show the interest in their opinions. Sometimes it's hard, but avoiding interrupting or dominating that conversation It's a very respectful thing to do, even if you don't like what that person's saying, or you think that you already know what they're going to say. Just listen. Well, if we listen to you, it might take 5 minutes to say something for 30 seconds. Listen to that person. Sometimes that's comical, especially if the person is a nut, or they're bearded, or they wear a bandana, or they're... I'm talking about myself again. But anyway, listen to the people. Even I like to listen. I love to talk, but I like to listen. And I don't like being interrupted. It's not the end of the world, but if I'm really trying to get a point across, and I'm really trying, and it's not an argument, say it's a true conversation, yeah, I don't like being interrupted, much like the other person don't. So I do think that you know, you need that. You need to be a good listener. So that one I can agree on there. Number 7 here on the British School of Excellence.com. Number 8, I'm sorry, on the list tonight is put your phone away. Yes, we live in this world. I did not grow up with phones, so when we sat down to eat, I can remember growing up where nobody had nothing. There was no electronics. The TV might have been on in another room, but for the most part, even at a younger age, it was time to eat. It was time to sit down. That's the meal. I still love that. I take that to heart with me here in my home. When I sit down with my family, I like to sit down. We say the blessing, and we eat. And whether it's a 15-minute eat or a 30-minute eat, or we sit there for an hour and talk after we're done, that's what I love. I'm one of those. I'm a big, maybe I am that, as my child said the other day, my oldest said, maybe I am that hopeless romantic, where I still want this stuff, even though nobody else does, it seems. There's nothing wrong with sitting around, putting your phone away, and having some family time. It doesn't matter when it is, what it is, whether it's a planned event or whether it's an evening with a movie. There is absolutely nothing wrong with, once again, putting electronics, period, away. I'll add to that and say electronics, but definitely put your phone away. Number 9, you need to practice good communication. Now, for some of us, that's very hard. Even to receive it, to reciprocate it, to understand it, it's hard. But be clear and concise when you're communicating with other people. Avoid using slang or jargon that may be unfamiliar to that person, because a lot of the times, and once again, this is with this etiquette here, a lot of the times, you got to be mindful of your non-verbal communication. A lot of times people don't understand your body language. It can convey as a lot of information, or it can be a bad thing. There's so many of us, excuse me, once again, pollen. There's so many of us that talk with our body, have body language, we read body language, and it's hard to practice good communication if you don't know. You know, and body language is it can convey like a lot of information, your intentions, your emotions. So practice good communication in all that you do. And you know, that can go in everyday life, but especially, once again, at the table. If you're trying to ask for something to be passed, look, folks, I'm not going to sit here and give you this long how to eat and how to act. This is just the etiquette of being nice. Which once again, some people have issues with just communicating. So that number 9, we'll follow that up with that. Practice good communication. It is very, very, very important. All right. Look, number 10, which is all I actually have tonight, but I'll see if we can talk a little bit more and dwell on this. Number 10 is be punctual. That's right. Show respect for other people's timing, okay? For their time period, by being punctual for appointments, meetings. If you're running late, then you're running late. Let that person know, though. Like, just make sure, I'm going to be there. I'm on the way. I'm 5 minutes out, or I'm 5 minutes away, or there's a wreck. Being punctual, and once again, showing that respect for people, it goes goes a long way, and people love that. That is one of those things that you have to do that, okay? If you say you're at a dinner date, or we're having a dinner date, and you say you're on the way at 8, and it's 8:20, and you're not there, I'm leaving. I don't care who it is, what it's for, and if I'm calling, because I will not wait. But some people really, really find it a respectful thing to be punctual. So, as they say, in conclusion, you need to remember the etiquette is about showing respect for others, making them feel comfortable, and just always try to be polite and considerate of people. It's hard. It is hard to be the nice person. And it's not hard to be nice. People make it hard to be nice. But as long as you have some etiquette about you, and as long as you consider, or you're considerate of your interaction with other people, I think that your life will be all right in the food industry or in etiquette. I say etiquette, period. But this is talking about, at a big table or at an event. But whatever it is you choose to do those with. Those are the 10 that I got tonight from the British School of Excellence.com. Maybe you can find more out about that. Go to it. They're not paying me. I just give them a shout out because it's where I get the information. The information is not mine. I'm reading it in my words. With that being said, I also want to talk about something that's on my brain tonight. Yes, I have a brain. Insert joke. Listen. Stop feeling lonely. Stop feeling down and out. Stop feeling like you have no one to talk to. You need to be strong. You need to walk tall. You need to put your shoulders up, and you need to show that. Walk with a purpose. Talk with a purpose. Act with a purpose. And do everything with a purpose, because that's what we thrive for. Don't walk around. I know I was talking about etiquette tonight, but there's a lot of us that walk around who are... our mental health is shot. Smile, people. Smile to people. Do it. Be kind to them. Whatever they got, lend an ear. Tell people it's okay to not be okay. And if you don't know what to say, sometimes saying nothing works. Give them a hug. Comfort them. If you feel like you're in that dark spot and a dark time in your life, no matter what's going on in your life, if you feel this way, it's okay to ask for help too. If you're getting to the point where you want to be left alone, or you don't, want to be around people at all, that's okay. It is all right to not be okay. I promise. Now, it's so easy for me to say these things, right? I'm saying all this and making all this tonight because I know that certain people are watching, and those people I like to think that are watching because they know what I do. Listen to me right now without ever saying your name. Listen to me. Stop it. It was not your fault. Things happen in life you have no control over, and you've done all that you can do. It's out of your hands. You've done all you can do. Please, don't give up. Don't give up. Do you hear me? You know who I'm talking to, no matter who it is. Stop it. Write me. Write me. You know who you are. I'll talk to you. I'll give you any sound advice, safe sound advice that I can give. And I'm just a friend. When you want to give up, remember how far you've already come and how many bad days you've had behind you. So in reality, you are a great, great warrior, right? You got this. It's hard. It's hard. But you got this because of who you are, because of what you are. I say it all day and I'll say it again. Get online right now if you must. Hashtag be inspired, be tough, be you. Hashtag motivate your mind and move your ass. And that's obviously hashtag big beard and friends. And you will probably find 100 videos, few years worth of videos if you go back far enough. I have went through some things and I've shared many things. And I will continue to. Because I know what I battle one day. This is my testimony, right? Well, you can't have a testimony until you get tested. So With that being said, whatever you achieve, whatever you have overcome, whatever have put you on the level that you know you can do it again. And not only do it again and try harder and do what you must, you know what you got to do. Share that information with somebody. Tell them, I overcame this. Now, I have people tell me a lot, a guy, not a lot, but this one guy always references, it's not about you. Every time I say something, you say something. Somebody says something, you say something. Big Beard, you always got a story. Let me tell you something. I try to find things that are relatable to the person so I can talk to them. I don't try to steal the show. It's never about me. It's never about none of us. It's about all of us, if you want to look at it that way. Don't be scared. Don't beat yourself up. Just don't do that. Somebody out there, whether you know it or not, care for you really, really bad. They love you. They look up to you. They get inspired by you. And they get motivated by you. Whether you know that or not, you're always being watched. And no, I don't mean by Big Brother and something in the sky as a camera. I'm saying you're always being watched. You never, ever know who or what you can do for somebody by simply nodding your head, saying hello, once again, giving a hug. You don't know these things. You also don't have to look far to see somebody else going through it. And you may look at people and you may shy away from it. You may say, I don't need to see this. I can't help them. That's wrong. You can help them. You can help them. No, I'm not putting blame on anybody or telling somebody this or telling somebody that. I'm speaking for me right now, right here, right now. If you see a door that you can open that leads to goodness and positivity, and you find all that in that room, let people know. Tell people, whatever you overcome, and even if you may go, Big Beard, listen, I'm not overcome anything. I can't get past this. I can't get past that. It's easy, but I'm at a wall right now, Big Beard. I can't do this. Okay. So take a breath. Step back. Relax. You dig? You're important. Because you're somebody. You ever thought about that? Look around. Ask people. Yeah, it sounds lame, right? Ask people, do I mean something to you? Now, that's going to sound awkward, right? Tell them why you're asking. You want to know. You need to know. What do I mean to you? Get them to the side. Talk to them. I said tonight I'm going to talk about, everything from food etiquette and everything under the sun, as I always do. Well, this is everything else. I might have a topic and I may talk more, but I do believe in helping people, even if you smile. I don't care what it is. Some people love hearing messages in the morning and a good morning. Some people love saying, I did this today. Some people love that phone call. Some of you might even just like that like or that acknowledgement. That's really what a lot of us need, is that acknowledgement from a companion to make us feel like, hey, we're somebody. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you today, you're still somebody without a companion. The kind of person you're going to attract, you need to always be that person. But the kind of person you're going to attract will help you probably be the opposite. Opposites attract, right? Come together. You got it. Look, folks, I don't know what you got going on in your life. I hope whatever it may be, I hope whatever it is, you do heal from. I hope that you can find it within yourself to never give up. Giving up is not that way to go. No good. That's what we say, right? What are are those 3 words that I say week after week after week to take us through the show? Love, peace, chicken grease. Thanks for watching, guys.
Presentations.